Hello everyone, my name is Mariah and I'm a chemistry and biology tutor at the Learning Resource Center. Today I will be presenting to you about how to recognize and solve a basic stoichiometry problem. So, I have written on the board a basic stoichiometry problem. And so we're given a chemical equation, Na2SO4 plus 2HCl turns into 2 NaCl and H2SO4. And we are told that we start with 2.48 grams of sodium sulfate, and we want to know how many grams of sodium chloride can we make. So this is a stoichiometry problem because you're asked to go from an amount of one substance and solve for an amount of another substance. So whenever you're going from one substance to another, that is definitely stoichiometry. So when beginning stoichiometry, I recommend to my students that they follow this very generic path. The generic path being that I start with grams of substance A, and from there I solve for moles of substance A. And from there I solve for moles of substance B, and then I solve for grams of substance B. So for this problem, my substance A is going to be sodium sulfate, and my substance B is going to be NaCl. So to get from grams of sodium sulfate to moles of sodium sulfate, I'm going to be using a conversion factor. And that conversion factor is going to be molar mass, or formula weight, or molecular weight. It's whatever your professor feels like using. In this case, I'm specifically going to be using the molar mass of sodium sulfate. Then to go from moles of substance A, in this case moles of sodium sulfate, to moles of NaCl, I will be using a mole-to-mole ratio. And to create your mole-to-mole ratio, you'll look at the coefficients of each substance in the equation. For sodium sulfate, there's an invisible 1 there, so that's a 1 for sodium sulfate. And once I get to moles of substance B, I will then solve for grams of substance B. And once again, I will be using the molar mass. In this case, I will be using the molar mass of sodium chloride. So that's the path that we're going to take. So let's go ahead and solve it. So I start with what I know. In this case, I know that I start with 2.48 grams of sodium sulfate. I will then solve for moles of sodium sulfate using my molar mass. The molar mass of sodium sulfate is 142.05 grams of sodium sulfate per 1 mole of sodium sulfate. I recommend keeping your units and your chemical compounds connected with these numbers so you don't find yourself getting confused. You're going to set this up in such a way that your grams of sodium sulfate cancel out, and now you're left with moles of sodium sulfate. Once I have moles of sodium sulfate, I'm then going to solve for moles of sodium chloride using my mole-to-mole ratio. I'm going to put moles of sodium sulfate on the bottom so it cancels out. I'm going to put moles of NaCl on top because that's what I'm solving for. Going up to my equation, I know that a 2 goes with sodium Cl and a 1 goes with sodium sulfate. And now that I have moles of sodium chloride, I am then going to go to grams of sodium chloride using the molar mass. The molar mass of sodium chloride is 58.44 grams per 1 mole of sodium chloride. Once again, I set it up so my moles of sodium chloride cancels out, and my answer ends up being 2.04 grams of sodium chloride. So that's your basic stoichiometry problem. One thing to notice when approaching all stoichiometry problems, you will always go through this step. Everything after and everything before this step can change and is capable of changing and will change the further you get into your course. But you will always go through a mole-to-mole ratio when dealing with stoichiometry, because that is the only way you can go from one substance to another substance. If you would like more practice with dealing with stoichiometry, I recommend coming to the Learning Resource Center and checking out your tutoring options with our chemistry tutors. Thank you.